Alright, in this section we're going to go over some key punishment for Jack. I'm going to go over some of the moves that I see not punished or mispunished a lot, and some moves that are a little more unique that you might not see a lot of, but you should know how to punish when you do. So let's start off with first, good old-fashioned down forward 1. Jack's punished for that. If it was some hot Jack on Jack action, would be forward 1 and 2. That's a 14 frame punish, as you see. I'm getting the punish every time when I do the right move. Let me just turn off counter hit here, because that's going to be annoying. Alright, punish. Punish. So yeah, minus 14. If you have a good 13 frame punisher, that's good too. Just whatever's going to give you the most damage or the best situation at the time. So for me, if I'm in open ground, I would probably try to do forward 1, 2 because it gives me +5 and I'm right in Jack's face. But if he's spamming down forward 2 near the wall, I'd be better off using my 13 frame punisher to wall splat him. So it all depends on the situation, obviously, but you've got to make sure you're getting as much damage out of that as possible. Second, let's look at debug. I'm pretty sure everyone knows debug. If you're blocking it, you should be getting a really beefy punish on it. Hopefully Jack just didn't go full. Alright. So we'll re-record some debug. Oh, maybe. Debugger is a hard move to do. Alright. Get a few of them because there's something I want to show at the wall too. Alright. Alright, so obviously, if you're blocking debugger, you want to get a big punish. That thing is like minus a lot. Any big while standing punish you can get, you're going to be able to get. You can delayed hopkick, you can do whatever it takes to get as much damage as possible. Debugger is very launch punishable. There's also other neat little thing that I wanted to show you guys. This is really situational, but hey, you never know. If a Jack player's got your back to the wall and he hits you with debugger, for one, he should be doing the combo. But then if you're on the ground, and he does debugger to hit you grounded, you can actually punish him on hit with a giddy up kick. So here I'm going to be on the ground facing him. He's going to do debugger, and I'm going to tack up like an idiot. There. Punish. So if he knocks you down near the wall and decides to do a debugger, you can actually punish him with a giddy up kick. Let's try that one more time. Get knocked down. And punish him. Just a little tidbit of information you might not have known. But yeah, so if you're on the ground, he decides to do debugger instead of down back 2 or stomp, you can actually punish him for it. Alright, let's see. Down back 2. Down back 2, again, is another move while standing punishable. I'll show it to you. He has the charge up move. I don't think anyone's ever going to use that, but that's also lunge punishable depending on the range he does it, where you block it, what kind of punishers you have, all that. I'll let you figure that out on your own time with your own characters, but regular down back 2, it's like minus 21, very launch punishable. It is seeable, it's tough, but it is seeable on reaction. So just make sure every time you're blocking that, if you're blocking that, if you're not crushing him for it, make sure you're blocking it and getting a while-standing launcher. Forward 1+2. This is a move that you're not going to see a lot, but it does have a lot of good for one, it's a good long-range punisher. But later in another video, I'm going to show you one of the ways to pressure with Jack near the wall. I call it distance pressuring. I don't see a lot of other players do it. It's something I really like to do though. So I'll show that to you later. But forward 1+2 is, let's see, let's get him. Man, I did a great job recording these ahead of time. I thought I was going to be all prepared, and I'm not. So that's forward 1 plus 2. Alright, so I can punish it back with another forward 1 plus 2, that's 15. I can launch it if I'm close enough. It has some wild pushback, so unless you're right on top of him, it's pretty hard to punish. Machinist can dash electric every time. Let's see if I can... Yeah, I got a punish there. I think if I'm really good I could do that, but I'm not really good. Anyway, it's about minus 19. There, I got it that time. Hey, what do you know? Basically, if you have a consistent death fist punish, you can get it on that move every time. If you have a really long range launcher, that's even better. Excuse me. Death fist. I wanted to show off some of the ranges and stuff for that. So Death Fist is kind of a tricky move. Oh, that's not Death Fist. We'll start up here. Alright. So, like I said, Death Fist is minus 14. Alright, got my punish. So, it's really not too hard. You can punish it with a high. It looks like Jack's left in full crouch, but he's actually not. He's vulnerable to highs. So if you're 14 frame, if your best punisher happens to be a high at the time, you can go ahead and do that. So, like, example would be Electric Wind God Fist, or I guess if you're near the wall, you're going to do a Bruce 4-2-4, whatever it is. But if Death Fist is spaced right, it's going to be hard to space it like there. That's a good example. If it's spaced right, it is extremely hard, if not impossible, to punish for most characters. And this is a bait I use a lot. I'm one of the Jack players that really uses this move. I like to bait out counter hit 4s and go under them with that for a huge punish. Go under jabs, catch bad backdashing, or this. I know the distance really well. At that distance, anything they do is just going to be down forward 2 bait. Any answer they try to have for Death Fist at that spacing is just going to whiff, and I'm going to get a launch. So that's something you do have to be careful of. That knowing that distance and when you're getting set up for that is really just an experience thing. If you don't have a lot of Jack players, you're obviously not going to have that experience. But just know that that move, unless it's perfectly spaced, is minus 14, and you're going to be able to get a decent punish on it. Now, the move I was on last is forward 2, and this is a move that I see go unpunished all the time. That is actually minus 12. Okay, let's see. Down forward 4 is Jack's 12 frame mid. I'm punishing it every time. It's a move that I see go unpunished a lot, and most characters get a really good punish. A lot of them get knockdowns off of that move, and they block it and they just kind of let it go. That's probably one of his most mispunished moves that he has. If you're blocking forward 2, usually it's just used as a punisher, but in certain situations, like in his jab game, if you're making him use different options than he's used to, forward 2 might come out. If you're applying pressure to him, forward 2 might come out. If you end up blocking a forward 2, you really got to get your 12 frame punish, because it is minus 12, and you can knock him on his ass for it. So let's see here. Okay, as I said, Jack forward, we'll do Jack forward 1 plus 2. Maybe we will. Alright, here we go. Alright, so I get that punish. And that is actually minus 15. Alright, so jack forward, forward 1 plus 2 is minus 15. So if you're blocking that, you're getting a full launch. This should really only be used as a block or whiff punish, but Jack player might get a little nervous, a little sloppy, miss a tag punish or something with that. If you block it, you get to launch him right back. Another move that really doesn't get punished to its fullest extent, especially since some Jack players like to spam it to track step or just catch bad backdashing, you can launch him. So don't let him get away with that shit. Launch it, put him up in the air every time. Another move, let's see. We got Dump Truck. This definitely is a move that should really only be used for punishing. But I'm one of the people that likes to set up jab and to sidestep that on the wall, which is okay. Obviously, if it gets blocked, I should be getting launched every time. But I'm not. So, treat it just like most of the shoulders in the game. If you block Dump Truck, it's a launch. It is minus 21. You can get whatever launcher you want. So just make sure you're launching it. Another launch punishable move that you're not going to see all the time, but you should know about, is down 1 plus 2. High crushes, and if it hits you, it does a shit ton of damage. If they don't suck. But anyway, that move is like minus 27. So again, another move where you get whatever you want if you block it. So make sure when you're blocking it, you're getting a full punish. The only other move I guess I should know that I don't see punished a lot is his down back 1. Obviously, it is really tough to punish. It's such a fast move, but if you block it, you do get your fastest while standing punish. It's minus 11, so most characters get while standing 1. A few like Lee or Leg get while standing 3, or 3/3, infinite kicks, whatever. If you are blocking this, you want to make sure to try to get your punish. But as I said earlier, you're really better off crushing if you think a low like this is coming, or stepping it. So that about does it for all the big punishable moves that Jack has. There's more. They're all really situational or not moves that you're going to see a lot, or just I don't think they're very good. This covers a lot of the moves you're actually going to see a lot in a match and want to have the key punishes for. So just a quick overview. Down forward 2, minus 14, get a beefy punish. Debugger and down back 2, if you block them, again, beefy while standing punish. Forward 1 plus 2, use your Paul Death Fist punish every time. If they're really close, you think you can launch them, go for it, but otherwise, your most consistent option is going to be whatever you use to punish Paul's Death Fist. Jack's Death Fist, again, this is a distance thing most of the time. It's minus 14. Most of the time you're going to be able to get your punish. Just watch the spacing to where it's almost completely safe. Down 1 plus 2. And down forward 3 plus 4. His shoulder, both launch punishable. Get your big launches. Forward, forward 2. That's what I forgot to cover earlier. This one's minus 16. It's pretty hard to punish for some characters. The knockback is pretty significant. Let's get him blocking. Or we'll have him do it to me. Let's see here. Alright. Alright, so as you can see, punish, we'll get Marduk in. See, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, alright. Let's try when I'm close to the wall. Yeah, okay. I'm not wrong. Woo! Alright, so it is minus 16. It is tough to punish due to the pushback. And this might also just be one of those weird things where depending on where it hits. Maybe because Marduk's down forward 1 is hitting so late in the animation, it's making it 17 frames. But it is minus 16. But it's just tough to punish. So again, that's another situation where if you have a good death that's punished that's fast enough, do that. Just something you got to go into the lab with your specific character to know how to punish. So I think that about covers all of the big moves that you're going to want to get max damage off of. So on to the next one.